Hey, North Shore Pump, 22 of the largest metros in the United States right now are seeing home prices declining, and I bet you're wondering if we're seeing that in our local area. We'll break that down today in your August 2025 housing market update. What is going on, party people? My name is Chris Elliot. I am a local realtor, Wyndham resident, been in the business since 2013, sold over 550 homes here locally in Central Virginia. And in this video today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down what we're seeing in our national housing market, as well as what we're also seeing in our very own local, hyper-local North Shore Pump housing market. But first, if you haven't already, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. It fills the void that is in my heart. Thank you in advance. Let's jump into the content. Okay, so we teased you in the opener that 22 of the largest metros are currently seeing home prices decline. And the good news is that Central Virginia or Metro Richmond is not one of those markets. The bad news is, however, we are still starting to see a little bit of price decline in our very own local area. So North Shore Pump has recently seen a decline in our median sales price. As of last month in July, it's down to $690,000, which is actually down 3.7% year over year. Now, before you start to freak out, if we zoom out 10 years, you'll see that we are currently sitting on a mountain of appreciation that was gained during COVID. So even if we're giving a little bit of that appreciation back, nobody likes to, I know I sure don't, but homeowners are still very much in a good spot given the equity and the appreciation that they gained over COVID. Our days on the market is climbing as well. And this graphic looks dramatic, but in context, the days on the market is still only 11 days, which anything under 30 days is still a very fast moving market in my experience, in my opinion. Lastly, the percentage of asking price that sellers are getting, meaning how much of their asking price are they getting, has somewhat flatlined, but it's flatlined 100%. So on average, North Shore Pump home sellers are getting 100% of their asking price. Hey, Chris, but what about mortgage rates? You might be asking yourselves. Thanks for asking. I was hoping you would. Mortgage rates projections, that news is not as fun, just to be very honest with you. So experts have recently revised their projections and are now projecting that we would be grateful, or we should be grateful, if we hit the mid sixes by the end of this year. If you've been following my content, you know that earlier this year, major forecasters, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Wells Fargo, were all predicting that we were going to be in the low 6%, potentially even the high 5% by the end of 2025. That is no longer the case. They're thinking we're still going to be in the low sixes by the end of 2026. If you're somebody that's been waiting for mortgage rates to drop, I certainly hope you packed a lunch. All right, so what does this all mean to you? So I'm going to give you the 3 tips that we're giving to both our seller clients as well as to our prospective buyer clients right now. For my seller clients, TikTok. Depending on what time you are seeing this in the month of August, either the kids are getting ready to go back to school or they've already gone back to school. Most, at least Henrico County, school is restarting on August the 18th. So realize that if you're somebody that's looking to sell in the year of 2025, typically what we see is we see an uptick of inventory, or an uptick of activity rather, in the month of September. And then we see a slow, gradual taper down decline throughout the remainder of the year. So if you're somebody that wants to make a home sale a reality for you this year, I would recommend going ahead and doing that sooner rather than later. Secondly, the sky is not falling. So as you're seeing, we are seeing some slight home price depreciation. We're seeing the days on market tick up a little bit, but in the grand scheme of things, we're still in a very hot seller's market. We're still in a very good market. And oh, by the way, you've gained an incredible amount of equity in the last 5 years. Last but not least, presentation matters. So we went through a time period during COVID where literally you can slap any house on the market at any price in any condition, and it was going to do just fine. It was going to sell. A lot of times it was going to sell in multiple offers. We are not in that market anymore. We are in a market where some properties are getting multiple offers, are selling quickly, but those are the homes that have taken the time, that have slowed down to speed up, that have done the hard work of getting their home in great shape so that it presents well when it goes on the market. And in my experience, those are the homes and the sellers that are doing well, whereas the folks that are just slapping their homes on the market are not doing as good in this market. For my buyers, this is the break that you've been waiting for. So for everybody that said, hey, I'm just waiting for things to calm down a little bit, realize this is the break that you've probably been waiting for. I don't anticipate the market slowing down much more. I'm just waiting for things to calm down a little bit. Who knows the future? I'm encouraging my folks that have been searching for a home, that have been waiting for the market to slow down to buy a home. I think this is a great time to go ahead and jump on the market at hand. Secondly, it's still competitive. So just because the market has pulled back a little bit, I would say if you're somebody that thinks you're going to negotiate the deal of a lifetime, this is probably not the market to do it. So realize on median, on average, homes are still selling at 100% of their asking price. They're still selling in 11 days. So it's still very much a competitive market for buyers. And then last but not least, contingent offers still don't work. So if you are somebody that needs to sell a home in in order to buy a home, realize that you're going to have to figure out some sort of bridge loan or some sort of financing in which you can purchase without the contingency of your home selling, and then turn around and sell that home after the fact. If you are hoping for a seller to accept an offer that's contingent upon your home sale, I think you're going to be sorely disappointed, and it's going to take you a while. So guys, that was your August 2025 housing market update. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, concerns we didn't address, throw it in the comments, shoot me a DM, reply to the email. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you next month.